Hey everyone, and welcome back to Top Tech World today. We're diving into the world of Garmin watches, exploring the top 5 options to level up your fitness and outdoor adventures in 2024. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, Garmin has a watch for you. But with so many choices, it can be overwhelming. So, buckle up as we guide you through the best of the best. You can buy these Garmin watches from the links that are given in the description below. So let's dive into it. 5. Garmin Venue 2S. One consistent criticism our reviewers have mounted at Garmin wearables is that, while they're great fitness trackers, they're admittedly not the prettiest of devices. The majority offer utilitarian, chunky designs that focus on performance and not their looks. This has meant that some of the team with smaller wrists and a degree of fashion sense have often opted for other more discreet-looking trackers from the likes of Fitbit. Thankfully, Garmin has fixed this problem with the Venue 2S, which is our recommended option for people who don't want a chunky watch. Venue is Garmin's fashion-focused line of wearables, and the 2S is the best option in the lineup that we've tested. Out of the box, its thinner, circular design and OLED screen immediately made it feel more like a smartwatch than the other options on this list. Though it doesn't track the same amount of sports or metrics as the Fenix, for mid to entry level athletes, its activity and post-workout analytics are more than good enough. We found the GPS to be suitably reactive and accurate to track 5 km runs and the odd cycle. Offline music and Spotify support are also welcome features that are rare on wearables at this price. The only downside is that it's not quite as rugged as the Fenix or Enduro, so if you regularly engage in extreme sports, then you'll be better off looking elsewhere as a result. 4. Garmin Enduro 2. The Fenix 7 is great, and the week-and-a-half battery life we recorded is excellent by comparison to most smartwatches that often struggle to last more than a couple of days in our experience. But if you want a Garmin watch with the longest battery life possible, then the Garmin Enduro 2 is our recommendation for you. The Enduro 2 is a dedicated wearable from Garmin with a singular focus, offering the best possible battery life. Garmin quotes the watch as offering 34 days of general use and 100 hours worth of battery life with GPS active. We found the claims rang true during our review process too. Offering a near enough core tracking experience to the Fenix, the Enduro 2 is a great option for ultramarathon runners or people who like to take multi-day hikes or cycles. There are a number of upgrades over the original Enduro 2, such as the inclusion of offline music playback from the likes of Spotify and Deezer. 3. Garmin Venue 3. For anyone who's eyeing up one of the mainline smartwatches like the Apple Watch 9 or the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6, it's the Garmin Venue 3 that's the most easily comparable option from Garmin's range, featuring a bit of everything which, while preventing it from excelling in one particular field, still allow it to be a great all-rounder that almost anyone can get on with. Compared to some of Garmin's more specialist picks, the Venue 3 actually looks like a modern smartwatch. The large 1.4-inch AMOLED touchscreen is easy to read outdoors, and its vibrant colors allow watch faces and menu screens to pop. While the watch benefits from the same great fitness tracking features that Garmin is known for, and there are no shortage of workouts to run through either, it does go a step further in the realm of wellness, as animated widgets easily convey metrics like stress tracking and recovery progress. To top it all off, the Garmin Venue 3 destroys Apple and Samsung when it comes to battery life, with the ability to run for up to 14 days on a single charge. Compare that with the 18-hour stint often quoted by Apple for its mainline wearables, and it's easy to see how the Venue 3 might be a far more tempting proposition. 2. Garmin Forerunner 955 Solar. The Forerunner 955 is one of the best wearables currently available to serious runners. During testing the device, outright wowed our reviewer with it sharing a lot of the same key features as the Fenix 7, despite being smaller and more lightweight, as well as cheaper than its premium multi-sport sibling. The smaller plastic chassis isn't as rugged as the metal used in the Fenix, but its smaller dimensions and thinner body made it a lot more comfortable to wear, particularly during extended long-distance runs on 10 kilometers or more. Under the hood, it also supports multi-band GPS, which meant during our tests it was accurate when tracking distances and uniformly offered equivalent data to the Fenix. During our 5 kilometers check, we detected a maximum variance of just 0.1 kilometers, which is seriously good considering the fact our reviewer's test track is in a busy signal area in London. But it was the watch's advanced post-run analytics and coaching powers that really won us over. As well as tracking VO2 max estimates, SPO2, and heart rate zones, the watch is also the first we've tested that can offer training recommendations based on upcoming events in your calendar. Specifically, the watch will factor races you've entered into its recommendations, as well as the biometric data it collects. This, plus its custom training readiness metric, made it a lot easier for us to trust its recommendations and avoid overtraining ahead of races. 1. Garmin Apex Pro Gen 2. If there's one Garmin device that strives to include the best bits of all the other wearables under the company's umbrella, it would be the Garmin Apex Pro Gen 2. This high-end bit of kit is something of a Frankenstein's monster, but in the best possible way. It incorporates the gorgeous AMOLED screen that has made the Venue series so popular, alongside the flashlight and high-end sports tracking of similar devices like the Fenix 7 Pro. One of the key trade-offs is that for all of this functionality, the Apex Pro Gen 2 is easily one of the priciest Garmin wearables out there, with a launch price tag of £829.99 $899.99. But if you can spare the expense, then you'll be treated to one of the most robust wearables Garmin has to offer. For starters, the Apex Pro Gen 2's fitness tracking capabilities are led by a new HR sensor that adds a touch more accuracy to the device's heart rate readings, and in typical Garmin fashion, you'll find no shortage of workout and exercise types that can be tracked here. With the aforementioned AMOLED screen in tow, the Apex Pro Gen 2 feels a lot more like a traditional smartwatch than its predecessor, as notifications and watch faces pop on screen, all with more vibrancy than what you'll find with more traditional memory in pixel displays on other Garmin tech. If you find yourself running on darkened trails, you can also make use of the watch's built-in torch, which is surprisingly bright, and you can even instruct the torch to flash in a pattern, such as a strobe, beacon, or blink. All of this amounts to one of Garmin's most accomplished wearables yet. Remember, the best Garmin watch depends on your individual needs and goals. Consider your budget, desired features, and activity preferences before making your choice. Do you have a favorite Garmin watch? Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech reviews and fitness content.